Welcome to Snowdonia. This is a hike, climb, scramble and camp on Ole Wen in the Ogwen Valley. I've come up here for one shot today. One 18-hour time lapse going from day to night and back to day again. Ole Wen sits on the southwest side of Ogwen. It sits at about 1,000 meters, I think 980 meters. It's almost a kilometer up and quite prominent, has a lot of prominence. It has that classic pyramid shape that makes it quite photogenic, and I've filmed it quite a lot from the other side, from the glidders. You often see it filmed from this side. From that side it has that real classic pyramid shape, from the other side not so much. But never so much on the mountain itself. I have filmed it, I've passed through a couple of times, but today I'm going to do it a bit more justice. I'm going to I'm spending pretty much 2 days here, film it in a lot more detail. It's quite a steep ascent from this side, so I'll try and do it justice and then shoot the time lapse. I'll do my usual 10 to 20 minutes of silent style video, and then the BTS section will continue at the end. I'll put a timestamp in the description for that, so you can skip the silent bit if you like. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little silent video. For anyone who noticed I didn't film Pen at Ole Wen in as much detail as I suggested in the intro, it's because I changed my mind. The wind has picked up already. It's 9 AM and it's already whipping up, and I noticed that the direction is northeasterly. Quite often here you get southwesterlies and southerlies, and today we've got a northeasterly. The thing with northeasterly winds is that they often don't die off at night. So this is common, honestly, you have to believe me on this. The southwesterly winds and southerly winds in the UK quite often die off at night, whereas northerly winds don't. So I'm going to be a bit cautious and not camp as high as I might do otherwise. I've already eyed up a couple of spots on the way up here, which are just about 100 meters off the A5. So you have Ogwen Valley, and is it the cottage or the bunkhouse down there with the car park, and there's the path to Llyn Idwal in the distance. But already on the side of this path there are a couple of nice spots down here which offer a really good view of Llyn Ogwen and the Ogwen Valley in Tryfan. Exactly what I'm after. I'm just a little bit cautious about it being a bit too close to the road for noise. I don't want to listen to the traffic. I can hear the traffic from here, but also I just don't want to be seeing this low down. So I'm going to have a little wander up to the next plateau. I know there's one there before it gets very steep. Maybe 200 or 300 meters up there's a bit of a plateau. I'm going to get there and then skirt around this southern side just to see what my options are. I may have found my camping spot, full of sheep poo as per usual. There are a few options, to be honest, more than I expected. It's a steep mountain continuing up there, but there are these little plateaus and I don't know, terraces maybe you'd call them, or balconies. There's a couple of good ones down here, and there's one just behind me here. There are lots of rocks around, which makes me think it's going to be quite difficult to pitch a tent for finding somewhere comfortable, but also putting the pegs in. But it's a nice sheltered area out of the wind, and it offers this, the view that I wanted. Also a steep cliff here, so I can get the GoPro nice and high and leave it there with minimal foreground. So it's a nice spot. What I'm going to do now is just leave my bag here and then wander off around there just to see if there's anywhere better before I settle on this one. It's still early in the day. I think that's a sign as to what's going to happen if I pitch my tent here. Somebody's left a rusty tent peg here. I'll take that home with me. 3 pegs. But cracking views, look at that. Tryfan, Glydavach, Egribin, Glydavar, Egan, Llyn Idwal, Llyn Boclwyd. Brilliant. I might have a little rest and then go exploring up there to see if I can up this camping spot to something a little bit better, but I'm quite happy with this for now. Right, I'm going to go with the spot that I showed you just now. It's just down there. I've come up to these rocks here and it's all heather, bit of gorse thrown in, load of rock, sheer drops, and I think we've got the best spot down there, which is why I found that tent peg. Look at this. This is the effort I go to for the shots. That's my slider over this big sheer drop of at least, I don't know, 10 meter vertical drop. You do not want to fall down there because, well, you could get out, I'm sure, but you don't want to drop your gear down there because it's going to mean that you're going to have to go down. Nice. Yeah, so camping spots over there. I'll go and get my bag and settle in. Should have brought 2 GoPros to get the whole of the lake going left and Tryfan in there, absolutely fantastic. But also that way with Llyn Idwal is absolutely incredible. Stick to the plan and do Llyn Ogwen, but blimey, views are incredible. That's the view, beautiful. I've set it for 1 shot every 2 minutes, so that should give me 30 shots an hour and more than enough overnight. I'll probably end up being here for about 20 hours. It's just gone midday, so I'm early. Got the rocks around the tripod. The wide view just about gets in the whole of Llyn Ogwen and Llyn Idwal, so it should be nice. Now I've got 20 hours to burn, so I'm going to eat and eat a bit more, drink some coffee. This is absolute chilling, isn't it? Not poodle, chicken and mushroom flavour. Got the time lapse on the go. It's just gone past 90 images, so that's 3 hours. I put it on just after 12, so that makes it just after 3 p.m. I've been sat here eating crisps, drinking coffee and just watching the view. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful. We're lucky, aren't we? We're lucky to have these views. It's great. Feels like a fairy tale with the wind just blocked behind the stones mostly. Just about warm enough. I've put the buffalo on, but just about warm enough. Pleasant. Great views. I love aircraft, and we've got some jets coming through. I saw an Osprey, saw a few Hawks. There are a few F-15Es around, but I've seen none of those yet. But just a great place to sit and eat a not poodle. I'll give it another hour, get the tent up, get the beers out. Cheers all. I genuinely don't think it gets much better than that. Sipping a nice beer with that view. It's like looking into a painting. It's ridiculous. I'm going to sit here for another couple of hours. I'll check the GoPro, which must be a good 6 hours into the time lapse. I've put a drone battery on the side of it. I'll check it just before I go to bed at 9 o'clock-ish. I'm going to wake up at around midnight to do some astro if the skies stay this clear, so I'll check it again. I think I'll put a fresh battery on around midnight, and then that should see me through then until I wake up at whenever sunrise is. I think it's 6 o'clock. But this is unreal. Don't know what to say. I'm just going to sit here in silence, drink my beers. I've just put that cover on the drone battery. The wind chill from these northeasterly winds is really brutal. It's really cold, well into minus figures, I think. I don't have any hand warmers or battery warmers, so I've put the cover from my travel pillow on it. Hopefully it'll keep the wind chill off, but we'll see. Those drone batteries are pretty susceptible to cold weather. They're lithium, so I don't know. But cracking few hours, really quiet. I've seen no one again. I've seen absolutely no one, up close anyway. In the distance, up to Llyn Idwal, I've seen various people hiking up and down there all afternoon. Not many cars parked. There's been car parking spaces all day. It's the end of April, and I don't know. You see on social media all the time lately about Snowdonia being busy, and I think Snowdon's busy. It's sort of 5 or 10 miles that way, but over here it's quiet. There's no one on this mountain, and I've seen on Tryfan, I've seen a few people on the summit there. I can see them up by the 2 stones, the Adam and Eve stones on the summit, and it's a bit too far away to really make anyone out on the top of the Glidders. But down here, plenty of people. This side, nothing, absolutely no one. It's been really nice. Road traffic, you can just about hear tents flapping around in that brutal breeze, which I'm about to get out of, and set my alarm for midnight and see you. I might see you then. I don't know if there's much I can do in the dark. What I tend to do is just come out here, put a torch in my tent, light it up, try and get some photos, and may think about putting this camera into time-lapse mode for something of Tryfan as well, because the image quality will be so much better than what you can get from the GoPro. This is a Sony A7. May do that, see how I feel at midnight, see how motivated I am, and see how clear the skies are. It's looking good at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to turn in and I'll either see you around midnight or tomorrow morning. Good morning. Not a great morning for shooting video. The weather turned during the night. This layer of murk and cloud mist came in. I was up about midnight for some astro and it was no good. You could just about see stars at that point, but they were very dim. There was a definite layer of murk above us and it was cold, windy. I got back in and went to sleep. I woke up about sunrise, 5 o'clock, popped my head out the tent, realised it was rubbish. It was now a thick layer of cloud. This thick layer of cloud you might just be able to see. There was no sunrise, so I gave up on that, and I also had a thick headache at this point. I still have now, but a thick headache, so I took a couple of paracetamols and got back into my sleeping bag. Just woke up and it's about 9 o'clock. Still got the headache. It's not quite as cold, the wind's eased off a little bit, but I'm gonna stop moaning about poor video conditions, drink my coffee and whip up some breakfast. That's it. Time lapse, not as good as it could have been. I've had a quick look on the preview screen, and the night lapse stuff didn't really work at all, mainly due to the layer of cloud and the stars were too dim to make out. But I'll see what I can do with the raw files. But regardless of the outcome of that, we've got a good time lapse from the evening, the afternoon, the evening and into the night, and then again this morning is pretty good. It's okay. More importantly, I bloody enjoyed doing it. Yesterday was just incredibly cool just to sit around and look at that view. Fantastic. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.